What's going on, guys? My name is MC, and today I'll be bringing you some live Pokemon Showdown. We'll be playing some UU this time, I think as usual. And I have a brand new team, and Klefki actually ended up dropping down from OU because the Swagger was banned now. So I decided to use a defensive Klefki. Um, it's actually pretty good. I have the Torment on it. I don't know why I have Torment on it, but I do. I don't advise using Torment unless you're like me and are weird. And I don't know what else I would put over it. So we're just gonna leave it like that. But defensive Klefki. Then I have a specially defensive, a Milotic with the Haze. Haze is actually good. It allows me to take on Crocoons and well, not take on Crocoons, but have a PP war with Crocoon, and I win that, I think. I don't know, possibly. But I could use Dragon Tail, yes, but lots of people use the substitute, and then you have a problem on your hands. So that's why I have Haze over the Dragon Tail. Mega Manectric, this used to be a Specs Exploud, but it wasn't really working out on the team. So I decided to put a Specs Jolteon on the team, but then one of my friends advised me not to because it isn't that good. And I'm like, but I mean, it's not a bad Pokemon, but it's outclassed, I think, by the Manectric. My next Pokemon is a Subsplit Chandelure, which is kind of a standard set now, but it's easy to bluff the Scarf, and then you just go for a sub, and then they have a problem on their hand because that special attack stat is huge, huge, huge for 27 special attack stat, and a Fire Blast coming off that, and then if you bring it on the Flash Fire, then whew, this thing's a problem. My next Pokemon is a defensive Mew because I do have two things weak to rocks. Also, I want rocks, so I decided to put a Mew on here with Defog Rocks and Psychic. Now, I'm thinking, actually, what we're going to do quickly is change this to Zen Headbutt. Reason being is you can see on my team I only have one other physical attacker, and that is a Choice Scarfed Darmanitan meant to clean up late game. Also, U-turn Volt Switch with the Manectric to gain initiative. I have 3 walls. I've kind of gotten used to that, having 3 walls on my team. I don't know why, but it's just what I prefer now. Then, yep, so that's going to be the team, guys. Let's get right on into the battle, into a battle. It's a little bit loud in my ears. But, looking at his team, it's a Sticky Web team, obviously. He does have the Malamar, which isn't seen much. He does also have the Honchkrow, which Honchkrow is actually pretty easily countered by Klefki. His team is kind of Klefki weak, minus the Entei. Now I don't care about the Sticky Web because I do have the Defog on my on the Mew. But his best lead, I'd say, is the Galvantula. So I'm gonna lead off with my Manectric because that's usually a pretty good counter to it. I'm just gonna Mega Evolve and I'm gonna Flamethrower. I'm not going to Volt Switch on the first turn because there really isn't a reason to, because he's just going to go for Sticky Web, and I can bring him down to Sash. Now I can Volt Switch, which will take him out, and if he wants to attack me, he can attack me. And just like that, so his Galvantula was only used to get up the Sticky Web, basically. And that is about to be completely neutralized, so it's a waste of a slot, in my opinion. If you sack off a Pokemon only to get hazards and your opponent has like a defog user, it's basically 5v6. Okay, I'm gonna Will-O-Wisp this turn. I'm not going to go for a defog yet because this thing is contrary, and I'm okay with going for defog. Actually, I don't want the Sticky Web. He will get plus evasion, however I'm not too worried about that. He can't honestly touch me. He can continuously go for the... Yep, he's going to Night Slash this turn. And Defog, I know I gave him evasion, but I got rid of the Sticky Web, which is good. And he is just taking damage, so I can just go for Rocks this turn. I can get up my Rocks, which hits the Honchkrow and the Entei. Not really worried still, because I do have things to take him on. Now here, I think he's going to go for a Night Slash, predicting my Chandelure to come in. I also have the Haze, so I could always just go into that, which I'm just going to do. I'm just going to show him that this is completely worthless. I could actually miss the Haze, which would be really unfortunate. However, I mean, I gave him the evasion, so I can't be mad if I miss, because I gave him the evasion. Onix's going to come in. He's going to go for Night Slash, not do really too much. I'm going to recover that, and I'm going to Haze. Now, please don't miss. Nope, I don't think it can miss, can it? Can Haze miss? No, it can't. Oh. I'm just going to recover this turn. I'm about half health, so it could be a problem. I mean, I'm going to use this to counter off the Entei, and Toxicroak kind of uses me as setup fodder, but I have Haze, so that's not a problem. If it was the sub bulk up set and I had the Dragon Tail, that would be a huge problem. But this thing is a setup sweeper, kind of, so I don't know. Well, I'm just trying to think at this point. I'm going to use this point to go into Klefki. I'm going to get up a layer of spikes or two, and his team is relatively weak to spikes. This is going to be a relatively quick battle, in my opinion, after this Malamar dies, because his team is just going to be completely destroyed by hazards. Bleh. And other than, yeah, everything's going to be taking a lot of damage. Now he's just going to be setting up again, which really isn't a problem. I have the leftovers, and he's going to be dying in 2 turns. So I'm just going to go for a Spikes this turn, and that's going to hit the Toxicroak and the Gardevoir and the Entei. So that's just a positive thing in general. Will he live the burn? I don't think so. I kind of want him to, because then I can just go for another layer of spikes. And yes, he does, so that is great. I'm gonna go for one more layer of spikes. Now I do have the Dazzling Gleam, so I can hit that Honchkrow for pretty good damage. Now he did just get a decent amount off. The only problem I see me having is the Honchkrow if the Klefki gets too low on health. Other than that, like if he gets +2 Moxie and he Brave Birds me, I'm probably gonna die. So that's my only real problem here. But other than that, I'm pretty much in the clear. Plus, I have a choice Scarf Darmanitan, which outspeeds his entire team from this point. And a Sucker Punch from max health, I don't think will kill me. Unless it's +1. +1 will be a problem. And also, I have the Chandelure with the substitute, and he's obviously just gonna Sucker Punch that. So I'm in the clear, I think. And he is. Did he put the timer on, or did I? No, he did. He's thinking about a play right now. He's gonna go into Entei this turn, which takes huge damage. Now I want this Klefki around. I'm going to go. So now this is the tricky part, because I could go into Chandelure, because I can easily predict the Flare Blitz or the Sacred Fire. Or he could go for like a Bulldoze or something, which I have seen once or twice, which would hurt my Klefki and my Chandelure. Or he could go for a Stone Edge, which would destroy my Chandelure. I'm going to go into Mew, I think, because I don't really need it for anything. Well, I could use it for. I'm going to go into Milotic, actually. Resist the stab. He does go for Stone Edge. That's not going to be doing. It does a lot, but not too much because he's in Banded. And I'm not going to Scald. I'm going to double switch out because he's going to go into Toxicroak this turn. And I'm going to be going into my Mew, which can handle Toxicroak nearly perfectly. Other than the super effective Sucker Punch, which will be doing about maybe 33 to maybe 40% max if it's like Adamant Life Orbed. I don't have a problem with that thing. Also, I have the Will-O-Wisp, so I can do that as well. And I have the Psychic. Now, he's not really making a move, so come on, dude. You were taking a long time. So he stayed in, actually, went for a Sacred Fire, which is a very strange play. He does get the burn, which is unfortunate. I'm surprised he stayed in, actually. But, surprised he stayed in. And it really doesn't matter, though. I'm just going to Zen Headbutt. I'm going to go for a Zen Headbutt. it will do a lot of damage. He just goes for another Sacred Fire. I was afraid he would go for like a Stone Edge on this turn because um, switch to Chandelure to take it was kind of obvious, and yeah. Now, he is not Choice Scarfed, or Choice Banded. How much health is 60? See, he's at 2/3. I'm thinking Manectric here. I could go into Darmanitan, I could go for a Rock Slide, but then he does go into the Toxicroak. Which, I mean, it isn't a problem, it's just annoying. But you might also think I'll go for Earthquake. I'm going to go into Darmanitan, that's my best play. I'm going to fire off a Rock Slide, which it's sheer forced. I am Scarfed, obviously, but I'm not Life Forward, but I should still take him out. That's a huge attack stat. Yeah, that's fine. So we just gotta hope for the best, I guess. He does just go for E-Speed just to get off some damage. I go for Rock Slide. Doesn't actually take him out, which is... that's annoying. I'm going to be taking one more E-Speed, which I really don't want to be taking at this time. I thought that would take him out, actually, but I guess not. He's probably max HP now that I think about it. He's going to E-Speed again just to get off damage. I could go into Chandelure, but then what happens after that? That's what I have to think about. How much health? You have 146 and 351. You have 281, but he will be at -1 then. Do I want to go into my Manectric? I think I'm just going to have to deal with the fact that I got Sucker. That he's going to go for E-Speed. Yeah, I'm going to deal with it. Whatever. I don't want to switch, because if I go into Chandelure to take the Sucker, or the E-Speed, then what happens after that I have to think. It's my best plan, in my opinion. I want my Milotic at decent health because of the Gardevoir, and because that's me doing a lot of damage anyway. He's obviously just going to go into Toxicroak this turn, or even the... what's it called? Even the Honchkrow, which would be doing a lot of damage. He does go into Toxicroak. I'm just going to switch out. I don't have a reason not to. I'm going to go into Klefki, which... Klefki does... Hey, Emblem Zero joined. Hi, Emblem Zero. So... do I want it? I'm thinking, like, do I want to keep this over the Gardevoir? Because on the Gardevoir, I outspeed him with this. I don't outspeed him with anything else except the Manectric. I think the Chandelure can take a hit, even if it's Choice Specs. But he's just going to go for a Sucker Punch this turn, which is the best play. I'm thinking I want to go into Chandelure to take the Sucker Punch. I think that's my best play, because I am max HP. Go into Chandelure. He goes for Knockoff! What? I mean, I guess because the switch was obvious. But still, that did a lot. I thought that would kill, to be completely honest. He's just going to go for it again. Well, he thinks I'm Choice Scarfed. No, he knocked off my lefties. I'm obviously not Choice Scarfed. But I'm just going to fire for Fire Blast. There is no reason for me to Pain Split. This thing's on pretty low health. Yeah, I guess I should have thought that I was locked into Rock Slide. That was a bad play on my part. I should have gone into Klefki, which would have been a much better play. But then again, I do need my Klefki at relatively high health. I'm going to go into Manectric here because Intimidate, I can Volt Switch, which will most likely take him out after the... No, it'll take him out. I could T-Bolt, actually, if I really wanted to, which might be a better play. However, because then he'll just go... I'm actually going to T-Bolt, so I can guarantee a kill. People challenging me. So I can guarantee the kill here. I'm just going to T-Bolt. Just take him out. And now he's just going to be going probably into... I say the Honchkrow, actually. Or the he might go into Gardevoir. He does go into Gardevoir, which is a Trace. Yep, it's Trace. I'm just going to Volt Switch out. My best play. And if he's Choice Scarfed, then we're going to find out here. He's not. That does a lot, so I'm assuming he's offensive. I'm going to go into Milotic. He's going to fire from a Moonblast. Really doesn't do anything to me. I'm going to Do I want this thing on full health? I don't really need it on full health to be complete. I'm just going to fire off a Scald. He does have the T-Bolt, which does a decent amount. I'm just going to Scald. Take him out with a crit. My opinion, the crit did not matter at all because, well, now he can go into Honchkrow, and he's going to Brave Bird me. I am going to... I'm going to try to guarantee me the game. I'm going to go for Toxic. Doesn't really matter. Is he Life Orbed? Yes, he is. Now, I'm just going to go into Klefki. Klefki can go for... Just going to go for a Dazzling Gleam. I'm 90% sure I can take any one hit he wants to go for. Superpower, that's the questionable one. I am at 3/4. Do I want to go for T-Wave so I can, like, kind of... If he goes for a superpower, he'll be at less hell. I'm just gonna Dazzling Gleam. It's the safer play. If he wants, I don't think that'll take me out. +1 Life Orbed Adamant though. That's a tough one actually. Do I have anything to lose by going for T-Wave? No, because I have 3 Pokemon left. It's a 1 in 4 chance, so one in these 3 will have a chance of him getting paralyzed. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go for a T-Wave. It's my best play. Now, if I live this, I'm gonna be doing something different. I'm not gonna take him out. I will actually be going for a Torment. Superpower does not take me out. Now, oh, I really want to go for Torment because then he can't go for he can't go for like a Sucker Punch twice. Which, if he goes for Sucker Punch, I don't think it'll kill me. Will it? +1 superpower, that's 120 base power. The Sucker Punch will be at 60 base power, so it would do half that much. No, I do -1, which puts it at maybe 20% it should do. And I'm at 20%. I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to go for a Torment. He does go for a Roost, which is an interesting play. Not interesting, I guess that's a better play. But now he can't really go for the same move twice. So he can't Roost up again here. He kind of has to Sucker Punch. Well, does he have the sub? I don't think he has the sub if he has the Roost. And the superpower. So his best play here, I guess go for another superpower. I'm going to be doing like 80% with this Dazzling Gleam. Unless he's max HP. And that does about 75. Okay, that's good. And I paralyzed him, so that's why I parried him. Tormented him. And that's going to be game. So, GG, man. That was actually a pretty close game. That did 23%, so I actually made the correct play in going for Torment over the Dazzling Gleam. Because if he had gone for a Sucker Punch, that would have been an interesting play. But, I guess we can do one more battle. Okay. Let's see this now. And he's using a Klefki, a Donphan, a Kyurem. Ooh, this is going to be a tough team. This is going to be a really tough team to beat. Kyurem is really bulky and powerful. Toxicroak is powerful. The Suicune can possibly do a lot. I do have Manectric, which means I can kind of take it on. But it's gonna be a problem still. Klefki is just annoying in general. I'll lead with the Darmanitan. I feel like being Choice Scarf, that's my best play. He's just going to go into this. I feel like he's just going to go for Rocks. Anyway, I'm just going to U-turn out. I don't have another play to make, and I feel like the Rocks are coming. I'm going to go into Mew. I have the Defog. I have Rocks myself. And he goes for a Knockoff, predicting my switch. Knockoff spam is knockoff spam. I'm going to go for Will-O-Wisp this turn because a Burn Donphan is basically a useless Donphan. He predicts that, or predicts like a Psychic or something like that. Goes into Celebi to take it. I am going to be going... I kind of want to go into Klefki. Just because this thing no longer has its leftovers, which is its only form of recovery. I don't have the Roost or the Softwood, which I probably should, but I don't know which move to take off for it. Probably the Zen Headbutt, actually. Just have a completely support one, which I might actually do. But so I want this thing at a decent amount of health, so I can defog and Rocks. So I'm not gonna stay in. But I can't really switch into Milotic because I can't take a Leaf Storm. Klefki can come in. I might go into Klefki now that I think about it. Or the Chandelure. I'm gonna go into Chandelure. It's max HP, max special attack. I should be able. He does go for U-turn, which is. I was hoping he would go. He would have the rocks on this thing actually. He does go into Donphan now. That is an interesting play. I'm gonna sub down. He did see my leftovers. He went to Donphan. This means he's probably a Saltfest. He's definitely. Is he a Saltfest? I assume he's a Saltfest, but I'm gonna sub down any. Well, do I want to review my set? Oh yeah, I just did anyway. He's in an Earthquake because he knows that he can take one. He's gonna Earthquake again, which does. My team has a problem with Earthquake. I don't really have a safe switch out other than Mew, and that's not gonna enjoy it. I'll be doing about maybe 35%. I'm really weak to Earthquake. I have 4 things weak to ground, which is not a good thing. But, I guess I'm just gonna Fire Blast. I don't have another choice. I score a critical hit, which did matter. I assume he's a Saltfest, that it mattered. So I do apologize about that, dude. That actually changed the course of the game, because now he has no initiative at all, while I have all of the momentum in this right now. He's gonna go into Kirim, which, if it's a substitute set, is gonna be a huge problem, which means he does have the Earth Power if he brought this in. I assume he's just gonna go for it. I'm gonna go into Milotic to play it safe, and he does have the Earth Power. Doesn't do too much actually. I'm gonna go for a Toxic, not knowing what wants to come in. He goes into Klefki to take that. I'm going to go back into Chandelure. He can't really touch me unless he has the foul play. He's just going to go for a layer of spikes, which is annoying because I don't have anything to really take spikes. I do have defog, but that's leftovers. Now it's gone. I'm going to go for a Shadow Ball. Yep. Predicting the Suicune to come in. Does decent amount. Not a lot, though. He's going to go for a something here. I'm going to go into Manectric here. I assume he's just going to try to Calm Mind because he is sort of backed against a wall in the sense of I have offensive pressure. He does go for Scald, which is a surprise in my eyes, but I'm going to Mega Evolve and I'm going to Volt Switch. Yeah, that's my safest play. He's gonna go into the Celebi. That's risky. I almost want the Flamethrower, but it's the safest play to just go for a Volt Switch. And now I'm going to go for. I assume he's Choice Scarfed actually. Now that I think about it, I'm gonna go into the Mew, and I'm going to Defog, or get up my own rocks. I have to think about that. He does. Oh, never mind. He has leftovers. I'm going to Defog. I don't like spikes. He has rocks as well. So that's that. And now I'm going to go for a layer of my own rocks. He's going to U-turn out, so I get my rocks up this game. He can go into into the Celebi again later on. I might actually use a Celebi on this team now that I think about it, and like replacing something else. However, I'm not going to switch into Manectric on another. Do they have an increase in special defense is what I'm wondering. Manectric special defense is shit. And Mega Manectric special defense is much better. 20 base higher. I assume I can take a Scald, but I'm not going to take that risk because it's my only thing to actually take him out. I'm going to go into Milotic. I have the Haze. There's really nothing to really be worried about. He's going to roar me out into Darmanitan. So he's not a Crocoon, which is reassuring because Crocoon's a huge threat. I'm going to U-turn out, though, and he's going to go for a Scald, most likely. I'm going to go into Milotic. I assume I'm able to Toxic him then, which is kind of what I'm going for here. If he burns me, that's great, because I get the Marvel Scale then. But he doesn't want to take a Toxic. I know that. I'm going to double switch into Darmanitan. No, I'm going to double switch into Chandelure on the Klefki coming in. I assume it's coming in. Risky play, yes. I don't have a reason to make this risky play, but I just feel like it right now. The safer play would be to just... Oh, he goes into Selby, which is even better. Um, just going to go for that. I'm going to set up a substitute, possibly on an Earth Power, but he does seem to be specially defensive. He's going to go for his rocks, so this is fine with me. I'm going to fire off... he's actually probably going to sack this thing off now that I think about it. It did its job. Yep, he's just going to sack it off. So I'm going to go for a Fire Blast to take him out, and doesn't actually take him out, which is pretty impressive in my eyes. Now here, I'm going to double substitute, because that's going to take out my sub, and I want to have up a sub. I'm going to Shadow Ball to take him out in case I miss, because the Fire Blast miss is real, and I assume... What is he going to go into now? Now that he doesn't have the Calm Mind, he's not really a threat to me. I'm just going to go for a Shadow Ball. It's the safe play. I outspeed too, which is even better, but he's just going to roar me out into the Manectric, which is really bad for him. I'm going to Volt Switch, and then he probably goes into Kyurem on this turn, but the crit on the Donphan, that really made this game a lot quicker. And also helped me out a lot. This is just... That crit on... It was game-changing. But I'm going to go into... I do want to get off a Defog. That's kind of what I want to do, because Rock's on my side. I have to get it on the Klefki. I have to go for Defog on the Klefki. How do I... Okay. To force the Klefki out, I'm going to go into my own Klefki. Now, he might go into Kyurem here, which would bait him to go for Earth Power. Now, I'm not really afraid of that, nor am I afraid of his Toxicroak, just because I have my entire team intact still, and if it's 1v6, I'm pretty confident I can take him on. Kyurem is the only thing that can do something. Now, he can go for Earth Power. I don't think it'll kill me. I'm not invested in the special defense. He does go into his Klefki, which is what I wanted. I'm going to double switch into Mew now, get off a Defog, which is literally perfect. He is also going to get paralyzed, which is nice. I'm just gonna Defog, get away the hazards, and he's just gonna take me out, which isn't a problem. I'm going to be going now into... Do I make the play? I'm gonna go into Darmanitan here. Now he's thinking, oh, this thing's a threat. It's Choice Scarfed. Wait, why'd I do this? I'm thinking, like, I didn't Mega Evolve yet. No, I did. Which was a bad play on my part, because I'm just taking that mean. Yeah, I'm just going to Flamethrower. There was no reason to make that play. Yeah, there was no reason to make that play. Unfortunately, he's going to get up 2 layers of spikes, unless he gets paralyzed here, which he doesn't, which... It'd be unfair if I had gotten the paralysis, in my opinion, because I critted the Donphan, so I'm okay with him getting up 2 layers of spikes there. My own bad play, really didn't matter, though. I could have just gone into Chandelure, now that I think about it. But I can switch this thing in one more time, which, do I want to use that switch in? A Flamethrower will do a lot to a Kyurem. This thing could be Choice Scarf, though, for all I know. He does probably have the Sucker Punch. I'm gonna kill it. I'm just gonna go for a Flamethrower. He is Scarfed, which is really good knowledge to have. Hell, I could go into Chandelure right now. That'll be my best bet. Chandelure. I am going to... I don't think a Fire Blast can 2-hit I mean, I don't think an Ice Beam can even 2-hit KO me from this point. So... Yeah. I mean, I don't think an Ice Beam... I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but I don't think an Ice Beam will 2-hit KO me. It won't. I'm going to go for a Fire Blast. I missed the Fire Blast. That's actually okay, because now I can Pain Split. And 11% Pain Split up to 66. That's great. I can't go for a sub because he breaks my sub with Ice Beam, but that's not a problem. Fire Blast will take him out, and I'm pretty sure that's game from this point. A Fire Blast will easily OHKO a Dry Skin Toxicroak, and he just goes for knockoff and takes me out. That's fine. From this point, I'm going to go into Darmanitan, and I'm gonna fire off a Flare Blitz, cause I'm easily gonna take that, and that's gonna take him out. That was a good game, dude. GG, GG, man. He was actually ranked really high too. Wow, he was in the 1600s. Um, the crit on the Donphan really costed him that game, and I don't think I would have been able to win actually, because I would not have had my Chandelure. I would not have been. Oh, the Donphan would have been at about, I'd say about 20% after that, or 10 even. So he would have been able. So he would not have. So, it's questionable if it would have saved the game. It made it easier for him or for me in that sense because I'm weak to ground on this team, which I have to change. But I'll think of something later. But anyways, guys, how could I do that to Nexus? Oh, he's talking about something. Um, Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for today. So if you enjoyed, please comment, like, rate, and subscribe. My name is Septile MC, and peace out.